Okay, so let me try to conclude in this video. So you give me the problem. Somewhere in here you explain to me the steps that you've taken in your calculations, and you save that, okay? And then I'm going to close that, if I can, to close that document, okay? You go over to pause, and let me come here, I'm sorry. In pause, you go to the email link and you click compose, okay? Now, when you click compose, I'm going to close that one because I've already got one open. When you click compose, all you have to do is on the to line type J. McGrory. If you're typing at blah blah blah, it's not going to work. Okay, you got to read that into those instructions in the syllabus. In the subject, it's helpful if you tell me what's going on. If you just reply to one of my emails and you leave the same subject up in there, it gets a little confusing. Address me by my name because we need to be respectful to each other all the time. This is a business class and we are using business professional language, okay? Don't call me hey, don't just start talking, okay? That's disrespectful. You want to use correct spelling and correct grammar, and you want to explain the problem. I am using the standard deviation formula for a sample as shown on page 80 of the textbook. When I calculated the sample mean, my answer was this, which passed Connect's Check My Work test, but caused my answer for the standard deviation to be wrong. After I submitted the assignment and checked my answer against the Connect solution, then I found that Connect indicates the mean is 1.244. And that but you got by with 1.245 plus or minus 0.005. What does this mean? How did this problem happen? John Doe, that was his question, right? Well, as he's asking this, the first thing I would do, come down here to the bottom, click on Browse. Oops, and let me go to my desktop, working on another class assignment there, and I'm going to attach to this, what do we call that, student question, there it is. You see how I did that, browsed to it? Don't have to click add unless I have another file to send, and somewhere in here, it's always in the very bottom corner, then I would click send, okay, and then you would send that file as well as the email to me. Now, let me explain to you what John Doe was trying to say in their question. I'm going to, maybe if I can close this. Yeah, yeah. Uh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, what John Doe was trying to tell me is, and I'll just use this question as an example, is that when they went back and reviewed the assignment that they submitted, they looked at their answer. I didn't type anything in here, and then they looked at what Connect said was the right answer. Show correct work. And it looked like this. Well, what this means is that the correct answer is 1.03.1. However, Connect does understand that little rounding errors sneak into your work. The more steps there are in your work, the more likely a rounding error will take place. So Connect will accept this answer even if it's 103.1 plus 0.05 or any number from there all the way down to 103.1 minus. That's what that means, plus or minus 0.01. So in other words, it's a range of values, and it would accept as correct any answer within that range. Now, in the case of a standard deviation calculation, you're going to use this mean several times. So if you have a little rounding error in there, it's going to snowball on you. It's going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So you want to be as accurate as you can. Now this is how you do that. When you're using something like your calculator, and I'm going to use Excel just to show you this on the screen. If you calculate a value like 1.237, your calculator may only display to you some of those numbers, okay? So your calculator may only display something like 1.2. But it knows, I'm going to have to go to one more video, y'all. I'm running out of time. I'm so sorry.